unapotazama hii kipindi ni kwa neema. Hapa tuko Buruburu headquarter yetu, na ni mahali bishop wetu huwa anahudumu. Na ningependa kumshukuru Mungu sana kwa sababu ya kuonewa kimbali kuwa katika madhabahu haya. Sina mambo mengi, lakini mtazamaji wangu, na kitu ningependa ni kuarifu mapema ya kwamba siku ya leo ni siku yako, na ni siku utaenda kubarikiwa, ni siku utaenda kuinuliwa na Bwana. Ningependa tu ukaweze kuketi tu mahali huko ili kusikia, maana leo ni siku yako. Nataka tu nikaweze kumwadhika mke wake Bishop Awama, maana yuko katikati yetu, diposa apate kutuletea Bishop, na kutoka pale tutakuwa tukichana punga tunaposonga na mbele. Karibu sana Awama, utuletee our beloved Bishop kwa sababu ya neno.
I want to thank God this morning. This far He has taken us, especially this time of this pandemic crisis. He's been so faithful to us as believers in this church. And I want to thank God for the ministers that are here this morning, and for all of us that are here to listen to the Word of God. I want to say, the Word of God is our refuge, the Word of God is our shield, and the Word of God is our hope. Therefore this morning, whatever we have gone through, our viewers, wherever you are, know that the Word of God is still our hope. Don't give up in your frustrations, in your tribulations. Whatever you're going through, know that the Word of God is our hope. This moment, we thank God for the man of God, my husband, the bishop of this organization, presiding bishop. I welcome him to come and speak to the viewers and to all of us that are here.
Let me take this opportunity to welcome each one of you wherever you are sitting, at home, in your living room, and wherever you are, and all the viewers across this country and other parts of the world. This is IFC Buruburu, where we normally minister, and we are glad to come to you live today, this Sunday. My message today is very straight, and it's a message that meets the need of this hour. I'll be speaking about trusting God in a storm. And basically, you know that we suffer many storms in our lives, things that are beyond our control, circumstances that are difficulty. We normally go through them in many ways. So the message that I'm going to speak about today is trusting God in our storm. That is in the book of Mark, chapter 4, verse 31 to 41. At this particular time, we note that Jesus had been teaching the whole day. He had been ministering to big crowds and congregations. Then he came to his disciples, and he told them to like to meet them on the sides, and he spoke to them. We read in the book of Mark 4:3, and with many such parables, he spoke the word unto them, as they were able to hear. In 34 it says, but without a parable he spoke, not unto them, and where they were alone, he expounded all things to the disciples. Now, after speaking in the crowds, many messages that he made to them, he had an opportunity to get the disciples aside and tell them the many things that he meant, and expounded the message. He gave them spiritual insight and spiritual depth of what he meant in his message. In verse 38, wherein we note one thing that 5. And the same day, when the evening was come, he said unto them, let us pass over unto the other side. Verse 6 says, that 6, when they had sent away the multitude, they took him even as he was to the ship. And there were also with him other little ships. Now, the most interesting about this message is that Jesus had spent all the day in preaching. And he told his disciples that let's go the other side of the shore. So they got into the boat. They were all excited about it. They were within the will of God. They knew that they were under the Master's control and Master's display. So we note here that the disciples followed every instructions that Jesus gave them. He told them to get to their boat, and they did so. This shows that they were within the will of God and perfectly obeyed the instruction that Jesus had given. Jesus joined them later, and they all boarded the boat, and they were now on the sea. But while they were in the sea, that's where the problem began. Please note that they were within the perfect will of God. They were with the Master, that is the Lord Jesus Christ. And they were within the will of God and did whatever Christ wanted them to do. But they encountered a problem within the mid-sea. The tempest was so high, the wind was blowing, and the ship was showing some signs of sinking. In verse 37, it says, and there rose a great storm of wind. I want you to listen to that. And the waves beat little the ship, and it was now full. I want you to understand one of the things that is very critical to our lives. That within the sea, they were not able to see how they're going to save themselves. Things were getting out of hand here. It was a difficult situation. I wouldn't wish anybody to get in that kind of situation. The ship was getting full of water. The temperature was high. The wind was blowing. The waves were strong. And they did not see any sign of livelihood. It had threatened the very livelihood of their lives. And they knew that things were out of control. But remember, these were professional fishermen. These were people who were used to doing business in the sea. For them to be threatened, things were out of control. It means that things were bad. When you see a professional fisherman get in trouble, then you know that things are out of the way. They knew how to deal with the troubles of such nature. They knew how to handle troubles of that nature in the sea, but at this particular time, they were threatened. When you see a professional fisherman getting threatened, then things are bad here. It is a major problem. And we know that as they were in this particular situation, they didn't know what to do. They were caught up in a storm, and they did not know what to do next. Things were getting out of hand, and they were seriously troubled. It has happened to many of us many times when we encounter situations that are difficult, situations that we cannot come out of, situations that are beyond our control, situations that are threatening our livelihood. The boat was filling with water. The wind was strong. The situation was unbearable. The disciples were in a situation of panic, and they were overwhelmed with the situation. A storm was still beating very high, and they didn't know what to do next. They began crying and making noise. Remember, they had been with Jesus all along. They saw the blind see. They saw miracles that we performed. They saw Christ feeding thousands. But at this particular time, they forgot all about that. And they were now seeing their only livelihood, which was trouble. Many times as Christians, when we encounter situations that are beyond our control, we forget the very livelihood. We forget the very one that we are preaching. We forget that the word of God speaks to our lives. And we forget that Jesus Christ can deliver us. That is what we get into many times. Right now we are facing the epidemic, which has ravaged the world, that has caused panic to everybody. And even Christians today, some of them are even worried. While we know very well Jesus is within us. Jesus was right in the boat there with them. He was actually resting in the cabin. And they were worried, yet they were with the Master, the creator of the world, the creator of the heavens. So let me come to the point here, that sometimes storms are designed to increase our faith. Troubles come to our way, they help us to grow in our spiritual lives. Some situations are meant to build our stability and our knowledge of the word. Sometimes this experience is good for us because it brings us to the level of knowing who God is. Storms are unpleasant. Storms are not encouraging. Storms are bad. They are uncomfortable. They can threaten our own lives. It is a crisis to get into a storm. But I want to tell you today, but we can deal with the storms once we know whom we are dealing with. The first thing that I want to say here, that they were dealing with three conditions. The circumstances surrounding their problem. You know, circumstantial issues are very tricky. When you deal with circumstances that are difficult, you will see not beyond the circumstances, but within the circumstances. So the first problem they had is a situation that they could not control. The wind was blowing. The storm was strong. The rain was raining. And you cannot control the waves at all in any way. So they found themselves in conditions that were unbearable. Everything was out of control. But they were in the will of God because they followed the instructions of Christ when he told them, can you get to the boat and go to the other side of the sea? Note this important fact here. They were within the will of God. They were obeying and following the instructions of Christ. Yet they were within a problem, which was facing them. So what would they do? So circumstantial problems can encounter our lives, and they can be terrible. They can cause us discomfort. They can cause us feel that we are not in a position to deal with it. So these circumstances are issues that we deal with on a day-to-day basis. A crisis that you cannot deal with. A crisis that you cannot solve. They can make you feel that nobody cares about you. They can cause you to despair. Number two, there was a storm. First issue that I talked about was the circumstantial issue. Now we're talking about the storm. Now, under the storm here, they were terrified. I don't know how many of you have gotten into a terrible situation where you are terrified by the situation. Things are just hard for you. You've lost your job. You are sick. Your family is breaking down. You are terrified by whatever is happening around you. These are normal conditions that many of us go through. So they were in this terrible situation here, whereby they didn't know what to deal with. We know they were terrified because in verse 40, it says, and he said unto them, why are you so fearful? How is it that you have no faith? Jesus asked them, why are you so scared? Why are you terrified? Why don't you have faith among you? But he saw in their eyes and their body language that these guys were terrified. So sometimes we get terrified. We get subjected to conditions that are difficult for us. At this point we know that they did not know what to do. They were panicking, shouting, knowing that their lives were on the line. You might be having a storm in your life. It could be an emotional storm, where your emotions have run high. You don't know what to do. You don't know who to turn to. You can't turn to your friend. You can't turn to your parents because the situation is unbearable. Now, emotional problems come to our lives many times, and we find it very difficult to deal with them. You could be scared of your financial status. That's an emotional issue. You could be scared about your relationship. That's an emotional matter too. You could be scared about what is going to happen to you tomorrow. You could be scared about your children. Those are emotional scares and threats that can threaten your life. But listen to me. If you get in this situation you cannot control, what will you do next? Something is against you. The trouble is on your back. Now, the third thing that you need to understand is that in that spiritual circumstance, when they didn't know what to do next, they decided to go back to the Mecca. They went back to Christ and woke him up. And they told him a very strange statement. Don't you care that we are perishing? In verse 38 says, and he was in the behind part of the ship, asleep on a pillow. And they awoke him and said unto him, Master, carest thou not that we perish? Why don't you care that we are perishing? Many times we say that. Does the Lord know that I'm suffering? Does he know that I have no job? Does he know that I'm sick today? Does he know that my wife is running away? Does he know that things are not working around me? Now, that is the condition that many of us are in today. That at that particular time when you're in trouble, you don't know whether God is concerned about you. But let me tell you today, God cares. Hallelujah. He cares for our lives. It doesn't matter what condition you are in. He is available. He knows your condition. He wants to take care of you. He wants to deliver you. So when they shouted at him, Christ woke up. The Bible says that he shouted unto them and told them, don't you have faith? That is the point that I want to talk to you today. That when Christ woke up, he stood and said, stay calm. He actually spoke to the condition. He spoke to the circumstance. He spoke to the storm. And all of a sudden, there was serenity and peace in the sea. I want to tell you, my brother, today, what man of man is he? That even when we are in calamities, he can calm the calamity. What man of man is he? That even when we are sick, he can heal our bodies. It is for you to remember today that you are in that boat, not alone. In that circumstance, you are not alone. Jesus is with you. He is actually available. He's around. He calms the situation. What are you going through today? It could be a financial situation. Call upon the Lord Jesus Christ. Let him speak to your situation. Let him speak to your circumstance. Let him speak to your problem. Because your problem is what he needs to speak to. Don't worry about what's going to happen tomorrow. Is it a job that you are looking for? Let God speak to your circumstances. Is it a relationship that is on the verge of collapse? Let Christ speak to your circumstances. Is it a need that you have in your life? Let him speak to your circumstances. In this situation that you are facing as a nation and globally, I know many of us are worried, but let Christ speak to our circumstances. Let him speak to our situation. It's time for it now to arise and be able to recognize that in the boat that you are in, though you are troubled by the waters, though you are troubled by the waves, Jesus is there. Wake him up. Let him speak to your situation. Let him deal with the storm around you, and it shall come. When God brings peace unto you, the Bible says he shall give you peace that surpasses human understanding. We need the peace of God at this hour of our lives. Our nation needs the peace of God. Our government needs the peace of God. Churches across the world need the peace of God. Countries need the peace of God, because at this particular time, everybody is worried. We are threatened. We are under threat. The storm of coronavirus is hitting us so hard. You don't know what's going to happen next minute. You don't know what's going to happen to your neighbor. You don't know what's going to happen to our economy. Things are going down. We are told to stay at home. We are told not to move around. The economy is dwindling. What is next? Let's cry unto the Lord. Let the disciples, they woke him up and they say, what man of man is this one? I'm glad to speak to you today that Jesus is alive. This power is indeed true. In all circumstances and conditions, he is willing and ready to deal with our life. So if you are wherever you are, I don't know the situation you are going through today, but I believe that God can speak to your situation. He can speak to your sickness. He can speak to your financial situation. He can speak to your marriage issue. He can speak to you in your condition, and peace and serenity shall be seen. We thank God because he speaks and is alive today. Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. I want to say that God bless you. May he speak to you. May he bless you wherever you are. And I wish you the best wherever you are. I want us to pray together at this particular hour. And as I pray to you, as I pray, please mention your condition, mention your circumstance, mention the storm you're going through, and let God speak to your condition. Shall we bow heads and pray? Wherever you are in your living room, if you are driving a car, or wherever you are, please stand still, listen, bow your head, and let's pray. Mighty Father, we thank you, Lord, for this hour. We thank you, Lord, that because we can deal with a storm, we can handle storms through you. As we trust in you, all the storms of our lives, the financial storms, the circumstantial storms, our relationship storms, our family storm, all kinds of storms that are coming around us, economic storms, they shall all come down, because you shall speak to them the way you calm down the waves and the storm in the sea, and it was serenity and peace. The disciples turn around and say, what manner of man is this one, that even the storm can hear him, the storm can respond to him. We thank you, Lord, that you can calm us. Even in our stormy lives, you can calm us. Give us the peace that we need. May you touch and speak to that individual that is suffering there, that sister that is in trouble, that brother that doesn't know where he'll get food the next minute. Lord, help him and bless him. I pray this in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. May God bless you. Looking forward to seeing you again. Bye-bye.
Hiyo ndio neno jioni ya leo ambao umelipata. Tia maanani na utasaidika. Uko pale kwa nyumba na unasema kwamba mchungaji, kabla hujafunga hii kipindi, ningependa tu niombe wokovu. Ningependa tu fuate maneno nyuma yangu. Sema, Bwana Yesu, naja mbele zako. Mimi ni mwenye dhambi. Futa jina langu kwenye kitabu cha mauti. Andika jina langu kwenye kitabu cha uzima wa milele. Kuanzia leo nimekataa shetani na kazi zake zote. Mtazamaji wangu, umefuata yale maneno, umeokoka. Kanisa zikifunguliwa, ninakusihi sana utatafuta kanisa zuri ambayo iko na ukweli wa neno na utasaidika. Wakati kama huu tuko ni wakati wa kutazama kwa media, WhatsApp, YouTube, na kupitia pale pia utaendelea kukua katika kiroho. Niseme ya kwamba Bwana Yesu akubariki. Uko pale wewe ni mgonjwa, uko pale kuna matatizo, ningependa nitamke neno tena juu ya maisha yako, na nikuahidi kwamba maisha yako haitakuwa vile tena. Baba wa mbinguni mwenye uweza wote, kwa jina la Yesu ninakuinua na kulibariki jina lako takatifu. Naombea mtazamaji wangu wakati kama huu, na mkabidhi mikononi mwako Bwana wa uzima. Naomba Jehova ukamkumbuke na ukamtende. Walio ni wagonjwa na kemea nguvu za maradhi na maugonjwa katika jina la Yesu mwana wa Mungu aliye hai. Walio na matatizo ya kijamii, naomba mwana wa Daudi ukaingililie, ukajitukuze na ukaonekane, maana Yesu mwana wa Daudi unaweza mambo yote. Sina budi ya kuwalilia wale ambao Mungu wa uzima wana kazi wakati kama huu hii janga. Mungu wa uzima, naomba Yesu ukawakumbuke na ukawajalie na kuwatenda, maana unaweza yale mwanadamu hawezi. Katika jina la Yesu, walio na maradhi ya corona, ninaomba Mungu wa uzima ukawanguze. Yesu niponya magonjwa yote, na unaweza kwa mapigo yako. Neno lako ni wazi ya kwamba tumepona. Ninakemea maroho ya magonjwa haya corona katika jina la Yesu, yakaachilie mtazamaji wangu na uponyaji wa dharura. I do speak upon him katika jina la Yesu mwana wa Mungu aliye hai. Baba uinuliwe, Baba uabudiwe, maana unaweza mambo yote. Sifa ni zako, utukufu na heshima kwa Yesu Kristo aliye ni Bwana pia ni Mwokozi. Tunaomba na kuamini. Mtazamaji wangu, Bwana apate kubariki. Huyo ndiye bishop wetu katika huduma huu mahali umefika, International Fellowship of Christ, na mke wake umemwona ni wazazi ambaye wako na maono makubwa katika kazi ya Injili. Kwa hivyo Bwana aweze kuwabariki, aweze kuwainua na aweze kuwadumisha. Asanteni, asanteni. Bye bye. Shalom.